Hello everyone, welcome to our online class. Today we'll discuss a new chapter, the ninth chapter from our textbook Honeycomb. The name of the chapter is A Bicycle in Good Repair. It was written by Jerome K. Jerome. This story is a humorous story. So before reading the chapter, let's check the introduction. If you wish to go on a long bicycle ride, the bicycle should be in good condition. That we all know, isn't it? If you are planning to go for a bicycle ride, the bicycle must be in a good condition. If possible, an expert mechanic should overhaul it. Overhaul means repair. If needed, if it is possible, only an expert mechanic should repair it. But what happens if the machine has a will of its own and the mechanic knows next to nothing? So what happens if the machine is not ready to be repaired? At the same time, the mechanic, the person who tried to repair it, who knows nothing about repairing. So what will be the condition of that machine? So let's check this humorous story, A Bicycle in Good Repair. So I hope you understood from the heading itself what will be the story about. A man I knew proposed one evening we should go for a long bicycle ride together on the following day, and I agreed. So a person proposed here means suggested. A person the narrator knows. He once proposed that to go for a long bicycle ride. And narrator agreed with that. I got up early for me. I made an effort and was pleased with myself. So on that particular day, he got up early. For him, that was an effort because he never wakes up early. But that particular day, he woke up early and he was pleased with himself for that effort. He came half an hour late. I was waiting for him in the garden. So, but the other person, he came half an hour late and narrator was waiting for him in the garden. It was a lovely day. So, that was a lovely day. He said, "That's a good looking machine of yours. How does it run?" By looking at the bicycle, he said that other person said, "Oh, that was a good looking machine of yours. How does it run?" "Oh, like most of them," I answered. Narrator said, "Oh, like most of them. Easily enough in the morning, goes a little stiffy after lunch." Stiffy means inflexible. So said, morning time it will be very easy to ride, but after lunch, the machine somewhat inflexible. It is stiffy. He caught hold of it by the front wheel and the fork and shook it violently. Fork, the part which holds the front wheel of the bicycle. The part which holds the front wheel. You can see in this picture, this lying part you can see, lying part yellow. Bicycle's lying part is there now. There you can see front part. That is called the fork. Okay, let's go back to the chapter. So he held the front wheel and he shook it violently. I said, "Don't do that. You will hurt it." Narrator said, "Hey, don't do it. You will hurt that vehicle." I did not see why he should shake it. It had not done anything to him. So narrator, you remember this is a humorous story. Narrator says in humorously, he doesn't know why the person is shaking it. That narrator says the bicycle didn't do anything to that person. Then why he is shaking it? Besides, if it wanted shaking, I was the proper person to shake it. Narrator said, besides, if the machine wanted a shaking, the proper person to shake it is the owner. That means narrator. I felt much as I should have. He started walking my dog. So walking means beating or striking. So he's thinking that if he had a dog and the dog, he was beating his own dog, like that he feels. He said, "This front wheel wobbles." Wobble means move unsteadily from side to side. Then he said, no, it doesn't if you don't wobble it. Narrator said, "You wobble it, you wobble, you shook that vehicle, you shook that front wheel. Because of that only the bicycle's front wheel is wobbling. Before that, it didn't do that. As a matter of fact, it didn't wobble. As a matter of fact, nothing worth calling a wobble." So he's saying, narrator says, it didn't wobble till now. As a matter of fact, nothing worth calling a wobble. No, you should not say like that. He said, "This is dangerous. Have you got a hammer?" But the other person didn't say anything. He's saying, "This is dangerous. If you do have any hammer there, how to have been firm?" He thought, no, you should not go. He thought, no, you don't need to do. He will say, don't do that one. But narrator, but I thought that perhaps he really did know something about the business. Narrator first thought, I will not move, I will not give him the hammer. Then he thought, if that person really knows something about the repairing, then what he did, I went to the tool shed to see what I could find. Then he went to the tool shed to search for the tools. When he came back, he was sitting on the ground with the front wheel between his legs. When narrator came back, that other person was sitting on the ground, and what is there? The front wheel was between his legs. He was playing with it, twiddling it round between his fingers. The remnant of the machine was laying on the gravel path beside him, turning. So he was playing with that. He kept looking this picture. He kept the bicycle's wheel in between his legs, and he is twiddling. Twiddling means turning. The remnant means remaining parts of that bicycle. The remnant of the machine was laying on the gravel path. Gravel path means a small, a path which is covered with a small piece of rock. That is there. That is gravel. Gravel means a small piece of rocks. Gravel path, a path covered with a small piece of rocks. So the other part of the bicycle was laying on the ground. You can see this picture. Okay. He said, it looks to me as if the bearings were all wrong. Bearings, that means ball bearings. That inside that, the thing which made the bicycle's wheel to rotate, that is bearings. He said, the bearings were all wrong. I said, don't you trouble about it anymore. You will make yourself tired. Let us put it back and get off. Then he said, narrator said, no, you don't trouble about it. You'll make yourself tired, you'll become tired. So let's put it back and get off. That means let's start our bicycle ride. Here the narrator wanted that person to leave that bicycle that he needed. But what happened there? He said, we may as well see what if the matter with it. Now it is out. He talked as though it had dropped out by accident. So he said, okay, we may as well see what is the matter with it. Now it is all out. So we already opened it. So like it is, he didn't say it's dropped out by accident. Accidentally he said, it's already open. We already drop it out. We already put it out. Then let's check what is inside it. That's what is inside that bearing. Before I could stop him, he had unscrewed something somewhere, and out rolled all over the path some dozen or so little bolts. You might have seen the bearings. Inside the bearings, there are some small bolts will be there, which made that machine to move. So he unscrewed somewhere, and what happened there? Around a dozen. A dozen means around 12 or something like that. Small bolts came out of that bearing, and it rolled all over the path. Catch them, he shouted, catch them. We must not lose any of them. He was quite excited about them. He said, catch them. We must not lose any of them. We know any one ball was missing from that bearing. What will happen? That machine will not work again. It will be damaged. It will not work again. So I said, catch them. Take it. You should not miss it. We grovelled round for half an hour and found 16. Grovelled means crawled on the ground. Crawled on the ground means what's on the knees, moving on the knees for search that is small balls. They searched and they found almost 16. He said he hoped we had got them all because if not, it would make a serious difference to the machine. So he said he hoped we had got them all. That means he thought that 16 is enough. Otherwise, what will happen? It will be a serious difference to the machine. That machine will never work properly. I put them for safety in my hat. It was not a sensible thing to do, I admit. So he put that balls in that hat, and he said that was not a sensible thing to do. So that was a mistake to keep that balls in that hat. So here the first part we are finishing. Some comprehension check questions are there, so we can check that answers later. Here we are winding up today's our class. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts about this part, you can ask it in the group. And one more thing, after watching this video, you should read the chapter. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.